When the cities fell, they didn't collapse in fire. They emptied. Streets, once loud with engines and voices, became corridors of wind and paper. Doors hung open. Cars sat abandoned mid-intersection. And somewhere in that silence, the dead learned to move. I survived the first week by running from noise, running from smoke, running from the sound of something dragging its feet too slowly behind me. But running has an expiration date. Exhaustion makes you careless. Carelessness gets you killed. So I stopped running, and I started looking for a place to build something that could last. A base isn't comfort, it's control. The first rule was location. Not a house, too many windows. Not a store, too many memories of food. Not a hospital. That's where the infection bloomed. I searched for concrete, limited entry points, height. On the edge of the industrial district, I found it. A 2-story warehouse, 1 loading bay, 1 side door, narrow windows set high into the walls. It wasn't pretty. It was defensible. I watched it for an hour from across the street. No movement, no shadows crossing the windows, no sound except wind tapping loose metal. Observation first, entry second. Inside smelled like rust and dust. I cleared it slowly. Every corner, every storage rack, every office upstairs. You don't assume a building is empty, you prove it. When I was sure, the work began. I chained the loading door from the inside and stacked heavy shelving against it. Not unbreakable, just slow. Slow is survival. Slow gives you time to think. The side exit was reinforced but left functional. A base without an escape route is a coffin. Upstairs, I chose a small interior office as a fallback room. 1 door, no exterior windows. I moved my water, food, and medical kit there. If the ground floor fell, I would retreat upward. Always build layers. That first night, every sound felt amplified. Metal expanding in the cold, wind pushing against the walls, my own breathing too loud in my ears. But walls do something to the mind. They contain panic. Instead of scanning in every direction, you monitor specific points. Instead of running blindly, you prepare deliberately. The next morning, I worked on sustainability. On the roof, I rigged a rain collection system using tarps and plastic containers I found in storage. Risky to be exposed, but necessary. Water means time. Time means options. I created narrow viewing slits behind covered windows. From outside, the building looked dead. From inside, I could watch the street without being seen. Visibility is power. By day 3, I had a routine. Morning perimeter check, inventory count, light exercise to keep my body from weakening, midday observation from upstairs, evening reinforcement inspection. Routine keeps the mind from fracturing. Then I saw them. 2 survivors moving cautiously down the street. Not infected, not reckless. They checked corners before crossing. They avoided open areas. People mean risk, but they also mean strength. I waited until they approached the loading bay. Then I spoke through the door, told them to step back, told them I was armed. Trust is a negotiation. I let them in slowly. With 3 people, the base changed. We established rules immediately. No lights near windows at night. Whispered communication after dark. Rotating watch shifts. Shared rations. Structure prevents fear from turning into conflict. We reinforced further, hung scrap metal near the entrance as a noise alarm, cleared the rooftop for better sight lines, marked escape routes through nearby alleys in case evacuation became necessary. Because every base is temporary. That truth arrived on the 7th night. A heavy impact against the loading door. Then another. The metal alarm clattered violently. We moved without speaking, positions we had practiced, 1 watching from above, 2 ready to retreat. Through the slit, I saw them, infected, 5 at first, then more drawn by the noise, they pushed against the barricade. Shelves groaned, chains strained. This is where preparation matters. We didn't rush. We didn't scream. We let the layers work. The door held long enough for something else to distract them. Distant gunfire echoing from another street. Like a tide shifting, they staggered away toward the new sound. The warehouse fell silent again. But we understood something then. A base doesn't make you invincible. It buys you time. Time to think. Time to gather strength. Time to choose your next move. Weeks later, standing on the roof at sunrise, I looked at the quiet city and realized the world hadn't ended. It had changed. And in that change, survival belonged not to the fastest or the strongest, but to those who built carefully, planned quietly, and never forgot that walls are temporary. A base is not where you hide from the world. It's where you prepare to face it again.